Welcome back to another Golf Girls video with me, Mia Baker.
Me, Jenny Drummond.
Me, Emily Ramos.
And
Me, Rick Shiels.
welcome! Big claps for Rick.
Thank you.
So we are at the Mere today in the wonderful, beautiful Manchester. The glorious sun is shining down on us.
It is sunny for Manchester. Don't be giving me all this. It is windy, it is a bit cold. It's very, very typical Manchester northwest weather. I apologise. So we're here on the driving range at the Mere, this wonderful driving range where you actually hit balls out into the lake.
So cool.
The balls float, which is very novel. And many years ago when I used to work here, I used to actually go out in that little boat and have to go and collect all the golf balls and bring them back in and clean them.
What we're going to do in this video is we're all going to get a little bit of a lesson from the king of golf.
Yeah, we've been called that before.
The king so many times. Oh, the god of golf?
No, I think that's too. The granddad. The grandfather is probably where I'm more likely to be now. I think this will be fun because I was mentioned to before, many, many years ago when I used to work here as an assistant pro, I used to hide in the back office trying to go on MySpace back in the day. You're like, what's MySpace? I used to coach loads of kids down here, so I feel like this is going to be quite similar.
Yeah, probably.
You get rewarded in sweets.
That's fine with us, to be fair.
And I'm really trying to think of like, right, we've got an hour, okay, we're the parents, okay, no one's looking, all right kids, have a bit of fun, hit a few shots, try not to kill any squirrels and we should be all right.
So
yeah.
You guys will know what our swings look like, you'll know where our golf game is at. That's why we're all going to get a little individual lesson each. Maybe one will resonate with you.
I think you'll learn a lot. I think it's just a way of even asking the right questions to find out what the girls want to work on in the golf swing. Questions that you might want to figure out when you go and see a golf coach and go and have a lesson, because they're things that you maybe need to ask yourself a little bit. So
I feel like this is your video.
Sorry.
You know when you get a YouTuber on a YouTube channel, you realise that you're actually I'm not very good at YouTube.
Don't be silly. No, it's just like, yeah. I think, should we go from that way? Should we start with you, Jenny?
Oh gosh, oh gosh.
Come on, JJ, you got this, Jay.
I've been told about these high fives. It's all about the high fives. Hi, nice to meet you, I'm Rick. Okay, what I'd be fascinated to know first, like what do you feel like your strengths are in your game? What's your strongest part of your game?
Power. She has great power. Like naturally.
Is that from the tennis background, being able to generate speed?
I think so, yeah.
What would you say your weakness is?
Mia.
Direction.
2 seconds ago, the girls said, we'll just sit in the background, we won't get too involved, boom, they can't help themselves. So she's got great power but no direction. And is there any in particular club, Jenny, that you struggle with the most?
Well, my driver, I've been known to hit a boomerang shot.
Okay, it's coming back to you.
Yeah. And I always hit it right.
Okay, well let me see, what would be really interesting first, even if you just hit a couple of like high lofted iron shots,
Yeah, sure.
middle irons and get to driver, because I can see how your swing works.
Okay.
And then we'll take it from there. If you were to head the direction of the green in the distance, I'm not talking obviously distance, but as in trying to get the ball to land in line with that green, that floating green if you could. Nice shot.
See what I mean? Perfect hit. Just not in the right direction.
Is that 9-9 then?
Yeah.
She hits it so
That went
power.
a long way then, you know.
I know.
That honestly went a long way.
See, right.
Yeah, that's all right. I can fix that pretty quickly. I've already seen why it's happening. It's actually something really, really simple, and I think you'll really enjoy tweaking it.
Oh, see, it goes so far. It's so good.
You've got a good hype team, aren't you? If I said to you now, okay, you're not allowed to aim left, but you have to make this 7-iron shot go left. What would you actually change? What would you do? But you're not allowed to aim left. How could you
I would change
control?
my body.
You can't change the body.
I can't change my body.
So the biggest influence on where the ball goes is your club head.
Yeah.
So your body direction doesn't make a massive difference. I could be stood here and still hit it way over there.
Yeah.
It's how your club head is hitting the ball. So you come into the golf club quite simply with the face aiming too far right.
Yeah.
So if you to just
As
remove
if
the
I were
ball for a
hitting
minute.
a forehand, if I hit it late, it's going to go there.
Exactly. Well, I'm actually going to bring in a little tennis analogy in a minute. If you just knock that ball out of the way, forget the ball for a minute. Just set up to that hole on the mat, not even the tee, just the hole. And what we imagine this time is that you're not changing your body so much, but how could you get that club face rotating more left? So almost a feeling that the club head is going to do a little bit more this.
Okay.
Okay, just give me a couple of swings doing that without a ball just for a moment. What's really interesting here, if you notice her arms through the shot. So here, this is incredible. Like the right arm extension and the fact you've crossed your right arm with your left is what controls the club face.
Oh.
In your shots, you do not do that. You do a bit more like this and your arms separate.
Oh.
So if you were to extend that right arm across,
Yeah.
that controls the club face.
Okay.
So I don't know, I mean, I'm trying to say test it as a tennis shot, but I suppose if you're trying to hit that kind of top hand spinner, you do a little bit of that movement, wouldn't you, with your right arm. And at the moment, you're trying to hit that top hand spinner, but your arm is doing the opposite movement. Okay, so it might just feel a bit weird for the first couple, but just have that sensation that your right arm is crossing your left.
Okay.
And it's not your wrist, but it's your arms crossing.
Okay.
Nice. Because you see how you've moved that now?
Yeah.
I said a minute ago, how would you hit it left without moving your body?
Yeah.
We just did it. Try that again, that was really good. Like that is so much straighter. And you've not even hit it well just yet.
Yeah.
Oh, Jay.
That has gone a ridiculously long way.
She hits it so far, doesn't she?
So that wasn't dead straight.
Yeah.
So how could you then analyse that? If that didn't go dead straight, what could you now control?
Well, I could twist my arms more.
Yeah, you probably even just did it a bit late.
Yeah.
You know, you said a minute ago,
Yeah.
I sometimes get it a bit late on the tennis shot.
Yeah.
All that happened there, your face just might not have quite turned over at the right time.
Okay.
I feel pretty confident there. If I said to you now, hit it left, you could. Give me one more and then we'll move on to driver.
Oh gosh.
Love that.
Oh, sorry, I meant to be quiet, but.
No, it's all right, that's good. You know what I love about that one? Like, you controlled that.
Yeah.
You made that shot happen. And I know it's not dead straight just yet, but at least you can say, well, I know how to kind of change it now. Because you mentioned before, 9 out of 10 of your driver shots go right.
Yeah, we do.
Well, they don't have to now. Like, you can control that. Do you get what I mean? Should we try that with the driver?
Okay.
Just get the feeling again, right arm is crossing over your left. Same feelings. Love that. Like, already from this angle, your swing looks so much better. Like, so again, trust it. Get the feeling like the right arm's crossing over the left.
Oh, I feel
Not
like...
far off, look how straight it is. So all that is there, you're controlling the face. Like, you're starting to tell the ball where to go, rather than just being like guesswork.
Okay, yeah.
That was really good, that, honestly. Love that.
Love that.
Love that. Love that. So much, honestly, you've got so much more control.
Yeah.
Like, not one driver shot there, by the way, did you hit right? But before, you're saying like 9 out of 10 were going right.
They are often in the woods.
Your swing is phenomenal, your speed is ridiculous, like really ridiculous. You'll hit the ball a long, long way. If you can just control the club face, honestly, you'll hit it so much better.
Awesome.
It's really good, it's a great swing, very good swing.
Thank you.
I think you just need to, honestly, that's so close
Play
to
more.
being perfect.
I know.
Just even if you just had 5 more minutes doing that, I honestly think you'd get it.
All right, next to the two we have Ramage, Emily Ramage.
How did you go first time?
Ramage.
You can't use that, can you?
She rams it into the back of the hole.
I have been recently, yeah.
Sorry, my mind was going elsewhere. Right, I was thinking of, yeah. Sorry, this one. Emily, tell me about your strengths in your golf game.
I don't know, I'm either good with my irons one day or I feel like I'm good with my driver, but I'm not consistent because I struggle with the differences for my iron swing and my driver swing. I don't know, what would you girls say? Because it changes quite often what I'm good or bad at.
I would say you're not confident in anything, even though I'm like, you're really good at your iron. She's like, no, I can't. And then she hits an iron and she hits it really well, but she still doesn't then think she can hit an iron, so she'll avoid the club entirely.
Is that true?
Yeah. You know what it is though, like when I first played golf, I went to like a Top Golf and I just smashed a driver. So the first time I ever used my irons was when I played around and I just tried out on the course.
Yeah, yeah.
So I've actually used my irons the least.
What was interesting there, so the question I asked you was like, what's good about your game? And you ended up answering it in a negative way.
Oh.
Like, because you said, I said, what's good about your game? You said, well, sometimes I can hit these shots, but other times I don't hit them well. It's like, is there a clear one thing that you feel really confident with when you're out on the golf course?
No.
And it can be even putting, it can be long shots, short shots. You don't lose a ball, you're good at finding golf balls. Like, is there anything in particular that you feel is a big strength?
This is the problem with her. She
No,
doesn't
not
feel
particularly.
and I think she's really good at her irons.
Yeah, I would agree.
I actually think she's an iron player.
Because there's quite a big difference between an iron swing and a driver swing.
Yeah.
See, I think because I've always come down to me being short, with my irons I feel like it's more over and it's an overshot, whereas with my driver I feel like it's a baseball.
Yeah.
So for me to be good at both things on one day, I've either got my driver swing nailed that day or my iron swing, but not both, never both.
And I think it's really important for everyone watching and listening is the fact that you're not the only person to think that. Like some golfers do prefer an iron type swing where they hit down on the golf ball a bit more, where other players prefer to sweep it and therefore suits the driver a lot more. So I think it's good for people watching and listening to go, it's quite common, like really, really common. Well, let's see you hit some iron shots first. So consistency is the big thing. What I'd like to get out of this session then is to give a real clear understanding of it's how you hit your irons and how you see it, and then also then what changes you've got to make to be able to hit that driver well as well. Okay. So let's start off with something even like a 9-iron would be perfect.
Okay.
Oh,
Nice shot.
so good.
Nice shot.
Just 2 in a whoa. 2 in a whoa. I was going to say double whammy.
You definitely have much more of an iron type swing without even seeing you hit a driver already.
So I hit my driver totally different though.
Right, okay, I'll see that.
Yeah.
Strike. And would you say left is slightly more favourable for you?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good. Let me tell you, I think you've got an unbelievable amount of positives in your golf swing.
Do I?
Loads and loads and loads. So I think your setup is really strong. I love the width of your stance because you have that real good, strong foundation.
Yeah.
The way you turn your shoulders in the backswing is like ridiculously good. Because what you do a good job of, you keep your lower half quite like kind of strong and you like really turn around that. Like,
See,
that's class.
I think that's the one thing I've brought into this because I used to dance.
Yeah.
I think my distance and my power isn't there, but my rotation, like I'm very flexible, so I think maybe that might help.
But I would say distance and power is not in. Maybe when you're comparing yourself to like Jenny and Mia.
These athletes.
But like
Jenny the athlete.
But like, if you can separate your upper body to your lower body, you can generate speed and power. Like, it's really good. I would say there's a couple of just very, very small things that I'd adjust. There's loads of positives, first off, like tons and tons and tons. Like you do, I love the fact so when you take your grip, you're very meticulous. You put your left hand on first. That controls your direction. That's why you go a little bit left, which is fine. The one thing I'd say, even just from those 5 different shots, the ball was in such a different place each time. So I'd just like to do one thing with you. If you just set up to the golf ball for me one more time. If you want to get consistent, you've got to have a consistent setup.
Okay.
So show me your process again.
So I always have to put this hand quite far over, like this.
Okay, stop there. So here, this ball is too close to your left foot.
Okay.
And what you've done there a couple of times, if I'm just going to slightly bring this ball back a fraction if you don't mind. Take your grip as you would do normally, that's fine. Really line your feet up in line with the ball. So as in close together for me, Emily, close together. Yeah, and then just be quite kind of cautious. If you're going to take 9-iron, you want really equal steps with both feet.
Okay.
Love that. So let's see how that's much more in the middle.
Yeah.
And you can start to control that. Nice strike. So this is what I'm saying, like, the girls said your iron shots are your most positive, strongest part of your game. Like, you've got to believe that, because your iron swing is really bloody good. I just think the only inconsistency bits is where, like, your ball position moves or things like that. But you can control that. That's pre-swing. So, like, just having your grip, your club, having your feet and just being really like, right, I'm going to get my feet, I'm going to get this ball, certainly with a 9-iron right in the middle of your stance.
Okay.
Should we hit drivers next?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I feel like it's a bit high for me, this tee.
Might be. You know what's really interesting there though, like you've hit it brilliant.
And then Hannah Todd says, a bit high
The
for
girls
me.
have just like celebrated your amazing shot and your instant reaction is like, oh, it's a bit high. You know what I mean? I think you definitely need to breed that confidence because you swing it way better. One thing I'm noticing here with Emily, as she sets up to the ball here, just with driver, ball position's really good. She starts leaning a bit too far to the left during the backswing. If she could eliminate that, she'd hit the ball so much better. Right, so it's not a massive change.
Is it not?
You do loads of really good stuff in the adjustments. Your ball position goes forward. You have do you try and adjust your body a little bit?
So I'll show you what I do. So I obviously get my hands, I sort of drop it here, separate, then I twist my hips round,
perfect.
and then I lean, and
So-
then I try and then come back down and stay.
So all of that, perfect. I wouldn't change a single thing. However, during the backswing, you lose that tilt. You start going this way, which is why you're really good with your irons.
Yeah.
So just get the feeling the left shoulder is almost going to rotate as it goes back, slightly more over your right foot. It's better. So your upper body is sloped like that for driver.
Yeah.
But when you swing back, it goes back this way. You've got to stay in that slightly tilted position. So if you can get the feeling like the left shoulder is going over your right foot, you'll get that perfect. And again, just left shoulder over the right foot, stay tall. Nice.
Oh, don't like the club.
Like contact's getting there now, they're consistent. It's just that unlike Jenny, your club's going the opposite way. You're like turning too much.
Okay.
So just get the feeling just for a moment. With the club face, you're gonna keep it to the right. So like feel like when you come into contact, no, don't do anything like that. Get the feeling like get the feeling like the face is doing this a bit more.
Okay.
Okay, face right. Better.
Golf is hard, by the way. Don't expect to be like Rory McIlroy in one session.
2 sessions, yeah, but not one.
Oh, we've got some fairy finders today.
Well, you could do MIA quite easy,
Yeah,
couldn't
yeah,
you?
you could do me easy.
M-I-A. Wait, where's the A?
Yeah.
Look at that smile! Oh my God!
You swing so much better than you give yourself credit for, like outrageously. Like I said, I saw it in the previous video. I'm like looking and going, you swing it great, but like you say, it's like there's no, you need that injection of confidence.
Yeah, I think that is what it is. It is just believing in yourself is the hardest part of golf, isn't it? I think like when I got my new clubs, I went out and I played really well because I was like, I can do this.
Yeah.
And then you have
were
one
so
day,
good.
it's like classic, if you can't get off the first, you're like, oh. And it's like the downward spiral, isn't it?
Well done.
Ah, thanks.
You get sweeter.
Ah.
Packet Haribo.
So I think our little
You
lesson
give me a lesson.
might be a bit more of about the mind, to be honest with
Okay.
you. Because I put a lot of pressure on myself
Okay.
to be good.
Why do you think that is?
Because I have an Instagram account where I post my best swings.
Don't we all? Genuinely, what are your strengths? What do you think you're good at?
I think I'm an iron player. I love my irons.
Okay.
My driver, I love my driver, but I can also not really like him.
And then what, has it got a name? Your driver? You said him.
Yeah, I know, they are like my little hymns.
And then weakness.
My weakness is my head. I get in my head.
Okay.
And I get so much in my head I could probably cry.
Okay, I've got a really good tip for this.
Yeah.
Grab any club you want. So for example now, right, we're out on the golf course, you're playing in the mic, and to me and everyone watching and listening, like almost verbally describe what's going through your mind.
Okay.
So you're hitting the shots at green in the distance.
Okay.
Not for distance, like talk about everything.
Okay, I will become unfiltered. Right, I'm gonna hit up to that green blob over there. I've got my 8 iron, just gonna try and hit it. Probably don't wanna hold the club too hard because when I do that I always duff the ground, but let's try and relax, relax, and just hit normally. Oh, she hit the ground a bit too much. Quick, go again. Immediately want to hit another shot. That's pretty much what's going in my mind.
Okay, right.
And then I just relax.
Stop.
God, I'm exhausted.
Whoa! I'm amazing.
I actually did one good.
The thing is, like, you're absolutely not the only person to ever do this. So it's really interesting recently. So I definitely overthink.
Yeah.
I'm outrageously conscious when I'm out on the golf course and I see people watching, thinking this might be the only shot they ever see me hit live. I've got to hit a good shot. And it is quite daunting. I think you've got to do 2 things really. All that negativity, it's hard to do, but that's got to take a back seat. And try just one thing for me. Before you hit a shot, ask yourself, what does a good shot look like? Like, if you're set up to that golf ball, have a look and see that good shot. Do you know when you see like a tracer on TV and it's flying through the air and it looks like it's going towards the target? Picture that. Picture your perfect shot that you're going to hit, okay? Look back down at the ball and then hit the trigger. Like, what does a good shot look like? Like, describe it for me in the air. Picture it. Can you, like I can stand here now and genuinely see almost like a pretend shot shape. and like seeing how I want it to land, what sort of shape do I want it to be, what sort of height do I want it to have. Can you see that from here now?
I don't really have a choice. I'm happy if it lands that way. It can go slightly fadey, slightly drawy, I don't mind.
Okay, well think straight. Picture this flight that's going to fly straight through this kind of imaginary window, and it's going to go straight towards the flag, and it's going to land on the green. And when it lands on the green, how's it going to move? Like, picture that. And as soon as you come back down to the ball, hit that.
Okay, I'm gonna hope this goes straight.
No, don't like the word hope.
Okay, I planned for this to go up in the air. It can be slightly drawy, would be nice. And it's just gonna land and have a nice little bit of roll onto
Right, so before you hit, just have to see that flight again one more time for me. And then once you look back down at the ball, hit that shot for me.
I didn't
what?
like it. It wasn't the shot that my head, no. I can't have anything in my head because basically, let's think about this. Think about a jug. My head is a jug of water filled to the brim.
With what?
Life,
Negativity.
stress, life and tasks. And any additional things, water flows out the top of the jug.
Yeah, but all you're doing before you hit, when that other description was putting more negativity into the jug. All I'm doing is changing that negativity and putting in positivity. It's no different. We're not going to overfill the jug because the jug's still the same.
I just need to get rid of some of the water in the jug.
I genuinely think when I see you're technically very, very good.
Our swing is incredible.
Like, technically it's brilliant. And I understand, like, someone's so, like, I've played golf, bloody hell, 25 years I've been playing golf for. Like, for me, I still get nervous when I hit shots in front of people. And when I overthink it and everything else like that. For somebody who's only playing golf for 3 years, that must be, you know, much, much bigger as well. Like that, you've not had enough experience hitting all those shots, really.
Yeah, but how do you get over those situations? So I get these mad adrenaline rushes when I first start playing. Then like in the middle, I probably settle down a bit, and then in the end, I'm like thriving, but I literally only double or triple the first because I have this adrenaline rush, and I'm like,
But this is where like a really good pre-shot routine is helpful. Like you do the same thing every time, so it doesn't matter if it's a putt in front of a million people or it's on your own on the 18th hole. Every shot has the same level to it. Like none of them go super high or super low. So like even honestly, that simple question, what does a good shot look like? You ask that every single time, and you just pictured it, you'd stay much more level.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't have those massive highs or massive lows.
I think it's because I don't even know what a good shot does look like to me. So it's a really hard question to ask myself because I'm like, I don't know.
Okay, one more time then, right? Set up to this ball for me. You go into that flag, okay? Picture a shot that Olivia Cowan would hit. Like how would she hit it?
Perfectly.
Right, do that. If you can see that shot, hit that Olivia Cowan shot.
Oh, see, now I'm going right.
But to you, you're not liking these,
that,
but we're stood here and I would take those shots any day. Like I think they're great shots. See? What was wrong with that?
You're going to find something, aren't you?
I know. Like, you know, when I hit it like that, I'm like, and this is like going back to the simulator. I'm like, oh, I know what I did wrong. I know how to fix it. Let me hit it again, because, you know.
But that's not real golf. That's
I
not
know.
golf,
I
is it?
know.
That's the thing.
But it's how do I get, you know.
Because
I'm
don't do
stuck
what you
in a
do
pillar.
on the simulator. Don't just drag another ball and hit it, drag another ball and hit it. Hit a bad shot and go, okay, that was a bad shot. I'm gonna walk away.
It's dealing with it, isn't it? I
course
need
it
to
is.
learn to deal with it.
There's famous lines there, like Tiger Woods has won like huge tournaments and he's been asked how many perfect shots did you hit in that round of golf or that tournament, and he said like 5, like perfect shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's won the Masters.
Okay, that is actually a really good point.
Like-
Actually, I like that
Almost
analogy.
The amount of perfect shots we hit is so like we hardly ever hit a perfect shot.
Yeah.
Perfect shot would go in the hole, like, wouldn't it? Do you know what I mean? And that doesn't happen, does it? So I think you've got to understand there's a perfect shot, yeah, which we're all aiming for. But if as long as you've hit a good shot and you're happy with it, well, that's all right. If you hit a bad shot, forget it.
Yeah.
Find it, hit it again. I definitely think it's not technique with you. I know that. It is between here and it, really. You are unbelievably supportive when Emily and Jenny hit a shot.
It's because I need that for me, but
Correct.
I can't give it to myself.
Be your own best friend.
Yeah.
Like, golf is bloody hard.
Yeah.
Like, be your own best friend. Like, if Olivia Cowan hit that shot, a bad shot, what would you say?
I'd be like, oh, let's go and see if we can do a magic shot onto the green.
Well, you need to think like that. You know, the other thing as well, most magic shots,
Yeah.
these amazing shots, happen directly after a terrible shot.
I know, yeah, it's
Always.
true.
History tells us that. All these shots that have been iconic in the world of golf have always taken place after a terrible shot.
So hit more bad shots and
then
you
follow it
could
up.
do some magic.
It's not technique. If you could ask yourself, what does a good shot look like?
Yeah.
Picture it, hit it, and then be your own best friend.
Sorry.
Yeah, see, my immediate thought is, oh, I caught the ground a bit too heavy. I could have got that. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Someone push her in the lake.
I know.
okay, she's going too fast now. But yeah, I know I'm exactly understanding, and I've been trying to work on this, and this is something I need to work on, and I'm going to try my best to do that.
Straight away, it's like, I can't do that. Well, you can. You can change them. You can change the mindset. It's just a different mindset.
So if each of us is taking away one thing from today, mine is going to be, I'm going to try and be my own best friend. What is yours going to be?
I'm going to do right arm over left and straighten it out so I can hit it straight.
Oh, I can't pick it down to 3.
It was one, but yeah.
That's what I meant, I've got 3.
Okay, you have 3.
Most important one.
Most important one, I'm good at golf.
Yeah!
That's a nice one.
And what have you learnt today?
Actually really love coaching.
Really?
I don't coach anymore. It's a real shame I don't coach anymore just because I don't have the time. But like, there's definitely a fire still in there that like coaching and seeing people improve and hitting like those good shots that you hit.
Yeah.
Is like, that's pretty cool, isn't it? Like,
I did that.
you know what I mean? No, I didn't do it, but I helped with that
No, I know.
potentially.
Yeah, you can see it in your face as well, that you look just really as excited as we are when we hit a good
Yeah.
shot.
I think it's coaching's amazing. If you can find a good coach who's energetic and excited, who kind of, again, is realistic with expectations. Like, I wasn't going to throw a lot. That could have been a 2-hour lesson, but you wouldn't have learned any more than what we did today because you can only learn so much in one session. Otherwise, you're like, your head's
The
blown
water in the jug.
Well, that's like we're going out today playing very soon after this, but I only want you to have a couple of things, one thing ideally to think about. With that in mind, should we get on the golf course?
Alrighty. Rick, thank you so much for all giving us a lesson today. It's been wonderful. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to
Like, subscribe, press the notification button.
Yeah.
thing.
Oh, come on, girls, you're better than this. Guys, if you're not subscribed to this channel right now, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like the video, leave a comment down below, and you will get a reply back from one of these wonderful ladies. Thanks for
usually
watching.
me.
Stay tuned, lots more to come, and don't forget to hit the notification bell because you do not want to miss out on any videos coming out very soon.
What he said.
Bye.